care if the master is in, Squire Buck.
It is him again, Uncle. Will that man ever leave me alone?
Could you have perhaps led him on inadvertently in your affections, Cecilia?
I was civil to him as I would be to any of your guests.
Squire Burke's father was often among the guests I welcomed. His renegade son rarely darkened my door before I acquired such an attractive ward.
Squire Buck presents his compliments and a brace of woodcock, Sir Caswell.
Thank you, O'Malley. See the good squire in.
Uncle, must I really stay in the room? I cannot bear to see how he looks at me. Even in church his eyes never stop their naked gazing.
You're obviously good for his soul. Burke had ceased to be a part of our small congregation until you blossomed into such a beauty. Take some pity on the man and stay. It's better that he sees your resolve face to face.
Squire Buck, Sir Caswell.
Thank you, O'Malley. We are blessed with your company once again, Burke.
I was passing Sir Caswell on my way home this morning when... Didn't I see a flock of woodcock among the trees? Now, I only had 2 shots on me, but I got a bird with each barrel. And I thought, now they would make a fine, tasty supper for yourself and Miss Cecilia. Good afternoon to you, Miss Cecilia.
Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, I wondered, Sir Caswell, if you might allow me the opportunity of a word with Miss Cecilia alone.
Well, Squire Burke,
Please, do not leave us, Uncle. I do not want to speak with you alone, Squire, this afternoon or any other.
Cecilia, that is uncalled for.
It is from no disrespect to you, Squire Burke, that I have repeatedly declined your marriage proposal. I am but 18 and have no desire at present to be any man's wife.
I can be patient, Miss Cecilia. I can wait for years, if it will take years, if you'd only give me hope. My house presently lacks the grandeur of Sir Caswell's, but it will again. Yeah, I have prospects of a great fortune.
At the card table.
Cecilia.
Well, what Miss Cecilia says is true. When I came into my sudden inheritance, I fell into bad company, with rakes from 5 counties around converging on my table before my father was cold in his vault. I was weak, I admit, and unused to wine because my father treated me cruelly.
Please, there is no need for such elaboration.
There is, Miss Cecilia, because you've become my saviour. I wallowed in sin before, because I did not feel clean. But in your company, I know what cleanliness and goodness is.
I am sorry, Squire Burke, but 3 times already I have given you my answer.
But I cannot accept your answer, because God would not take you away from me.
I am afraid that is not the case. I am to return to London, sir.
London? You're leaving me?
Not you, sir. I am leaving Westmeath and the house of my guardian, who has been like a father to me. It grieves me to go, but I have known no peace these last few months, and he will know no peace from you until I am gone.
Is it peace you want? I will drown myself if that brings you peace. Just don't go from this place.
Burke, it's time my ward saw the world. This really is goodbye, I'm afraid.
I would sooner cut my throat than say goodbye forever to Miss Cecilia.
You will forget me, Squire. Now, I must take my leave, as I have much to do before my departure. Goodbye, Squire Burke.
Your presence, Burke, upsets her.
Speak to her, sir. On my behalf. You know I am not as black as men paint me. You knew my father.
She does not love you. It's time to let her leave. The truth is, we're both losing her, Buck, and we'll be lonely men the last time she walks down the steps from that front door.
There it is. Drumshe Castle.
But it's only a ruin, Granda. You told me it was a real castle.
Well, when I was your age, it was a real castle. So grand, until the night of the fire. Unfortunately, there was nothing that neighbours like us could save.
Do you remember how it was before?
I do indeed. My mother used to tell us such stories of the place. We lived in a cottage just up there on that hill. Oh, long gone now. We could see the castle towers from our window. The castle was haunted, you know.
Really?
Oh, yes. The ghosts could probably still roam these old ruins at night.
Did you ever see it?
I did.
Oh, tell me about the ghost, please.
Well, now, sit yourself down here. Now, let me see. To tell you the story, I need to go back many years before I was a boy here. 100 years before the big fire happened. There was a young, beautiful lady who lived here, and it was the night before she was due to depart for London.
Why is your horse saddled, Uncle?
I have received an urgent summons, Cecilia. Unrest in my estates in Tipperary. I will be gone for one night only. Don't look so scared, child. You are safe here.
But I leave tomorrow, Uncle. Please don't leave tonight. I heard the servants gossiping that Squire Burke is at the local inn. He has been drinking. What if he comes here? Please, Uncle, stay with me tonight.
Burke is not a bad fellow, but easily led by self-pity into every kind of vice and passion. He would not dare venture near the castle this night. I think your last rebuke made sure of that. He's probably wooing some other young lady as we speak.
If only that were true.
I shall be back to personally escort you to Dublin and see you chaperoned across the Irish Sea. You've seen your last dreary Westmeath winter, Cecilia. Unless, in years to come, you are persuaded to visit this old guardian, who loves you like a daughter.
I have loved my years here with you. I would never leave Westmeath were it not for the unease I feel. I do not trust the squire. He will never leave me alone whilst I am here.
Burke is not the first fool to bring down a respectable old family, with every act of decadence whispered about in his ransacked house. I wager he will not see a natural death.
Then don't leave me alone tonight, please. Maybe Burke has deliberately started this unrest on your estates to lure you away.
You remind me of your poor mother in that green dress, Cecilia. She also could let her imagination run wild. You're perfectly safe. The walls of Drumsheet Castle are strong enough to stand forever. By dusk tomorrow, I shall return.
By dusk tomorrow, I shall return. The last words she ever heard him say. My mother loved telling that story around our fireside every Halloween night, and it was easy for me to believe that Drumsheet Castle was haunted.
Why, Granda?
Because I could see it from the bedroom window of our cottage, always in darkness, with just an old caretaker employed to have it ready for the shooting parties over from England in the summer months. Occasionally, you'd see his lantern checking the rooms, but some nights my mother swore that what we saw was the light carried by the ghost of the girl in the green dress running down the long corridor to the tower. I think it was my mother's way to get us to stay in our beds, for fear that Squire Burke's ghost was out wandering the earth. They say it was Burke who tricked her guardian into galloping off to Tipperary on a fool's errand that night.
Who's there at this late hour? What do you want?
Open the door, damn you, man!
Is that you, Squire Burke? Yeah, I have orders to admit no one this night.
You'll feel the force of my boot unless you unlock this door. I have an injured gentleman thrown from his horse. Do you want his blood on your hands?
Well, bring him around the back where I can see him from the window, please, sir.
Damn your impudence! I would sooner walk through hell than use a servant's door. This man is dying. I will have you before the courts.
Well, where is he, Squire, your companion?
Out of my way, man! I demand to see Cecilia.
Oh, Harry! Grandad.
Cecilia, I must speak to you. Please, take pity on a demented man.
Stay away from me.
No, I refuse to. You must hear me out.
Now run for the tower, Miss Cecilia. Bolt the door.
Save me from him.
Cecilia! Look, I'm in hell, Cecilia. Only you can save me.
Throw the boat, Miss Cecilia.
My mother would act out every detail with all of us listening, terrified. How the servants used a battering ram against the door while listening to her screams inside resisting him. They say that when she refused to yield, Burke lost his mind altogether and strangled her with his bare hands, crying out his love all the while. And when the servants broke the door down, wasn't he sitting on the floor, stunned and speechless and resisting no one, as they led him away to be hanged by the magistrate? And there on the bed, with the neck blue from bruising and her eyes wide in terror, was the poor girl, strangled to death.
What a terrible man the squire was. And it was Miss Cecilia's ghost that haunted here.
She did while there was still a castle to haunt. It was back in 1931. My big brother saw the flames, roused us all at the dead of night. There was no chance of saving the house. It was the old caretaker we were worried about, breaking down the hall door, calling his name. Someone said to check the old tower room, but when I reached the tower, there was no sign of him. Then I heard my brother shouting that they'd found the caretaker, and I was to hurry back down because the flames were taking hold. But I hadn't gone 5 paces before turning to see a young woman in a green shimmering dress, with her neck blue from bruising. She looked lost there, more frightened than me. I was shaking with fear, yet I felt so sorry for her. And I took 1 step away from her, and she took 1 step back, and the flames were coming from the rooms downstairs amid the deafening crackle of the fire. But she never looked away from my face. Leaving her there was the most lonesome thing I ever did to anyone.
Is that why you brought the flowers?
Yes, I like to bring her flowers when I come. I leave them here, under this tree, where the tower once stood. In the years since, I've often wondered if the fire set her free, with no long corridor left to haunt. I like to think she's free, at last.